So this is the second video for making a break-even chart, and in the previous video I showed you how to put together the table of costs and revenue, and you learned how to do some basic spreadsheet skills along the way with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create the actual chart so we can work out what the break-even point is, the point in all our sales where our costs are meeting our revenue, or our revenues meeting our costs. So we're making back what we're spending basically. And to do that, it's really straightforward. You just highlight the whole table as you click down and drag, and you go to insert and you go to chart, and you end up with something like this, which is not a break-even chart if you've seen any of them in the book. So what we do firstly is you change the chart type to line. Then what we've got to do is we've got to switch the rows and the columns. Right, and if you notice at the moment we've got y-axis and x-axis are the wrong way around. So actually what we want to do is we want to edit the x-axis to the volume of what we're doing, so like that. Okay, now we need to look at what is being represented with these lines, because we don't want all of the lines here, we want specific lines. So the first one we want is going to be, let's have a look at number 4. We don't want volume, don't need the volume because that's already on the x-axis, so we're going to remove that. So row 5 we don't need either. Hang on, I'm just going to click on this again to edit chart. So we don't need row 5 either. Do we need row 4, B4 to E4? Yeah, no, we don't need that either. It's put totally the wrong data in for me. That's fine though. It does often happen like this. Oh, sorry, B6 to E6. Sorry. So B6 fixed costs. We need fixed costs. We need to establish where the fixed costs are. We need to add another series then, and we're going to add total revenue. So we need that, the total revenue, what we're making, which looks nice and healthy now. That's exactly what it should look like, going from 0 upwards. Fixed costs are always going to be £10 because you can see it's £10 each time. And now we're going to add another series, which is total costs. All right. So you think, why aren't we adding variable costs? Well, total cost is the variable plus the fixed. So yeah, that's what we need to know in total really. But it's good to have a starting point. You know, your fixed costs are not going to be 0, they're going to be 10, so that's where we start the rest of the graph from. Okay, and with that then, we're going to go for using column B, yeah, that's fine, as headers. There you go. Fixed costs, total revenue, total costs. And that is the three components you need for a break-even chart. Very difficult though. This is my break-even point. It's very difficult to work out what that is. So I'm going to go to customize. I'm going to go to grid lines, and I'm going to go to horizontal axis, and I'm going to make the major grid line count 10, and I'm going to make it a strong solid grey colour, and I'm going to do the same for the minor grid lines. I'm going to make them 10, and I'm going to make them that. Oh, it's quite hard to read, isn't it? Actually, no, it's fine. That's fine. But now I can actually work out that the break-even point is actually selling 25 cakes. So in order to cover all my costs, I need to actually sell 25 cakes. So I need to be in a position of selling 25 cakes. After that, this area here is my margin of safety. This little triangle here represents what we call profit. This little triangle here is what we represent something called loss. So that's your total revenue. That's for each cake you sell going along here. This is how much money is being made. Obviously, we've got to cover everything up to £10 because that's our total costs. But on each cake being sold, we are also spending money as well. So that line there is what we're spending as we make cakes. That line is what is being made on the till. And that obviously never changes because that's what we outlay before we start selling. So where the money you're making, your total revenue, is meeting the cost you have to spend each time to make the cake, where those two meet in the middle is called the break-even point, and that's 25 cakes need to be sold. And the break-even cost we could even work out is about £25. So there we go, and that really is how you work out how successful a particular product is going to be if you can get past your break-even, and how many items you need to sell to go past break-even. And to be honest with you, sometimes businesses don't sell that many, and so the business flops. But at least knowing what you need to target yourself towards, which is above 25 sales, you know then that you're going to make a profit, and it's a really useful thing to have as a business person. I'm just looking at this. Do I need to put a title in? Chart title. I do need a title. So break-even chart for cake sale. And there we go. And you can even move this to another sheet, or you can just save this and keep this spreadsheet somewhere and just copy this little chart into your work, and also copy the tables you've used to build it so you can actually analyze the figures more. But that's your break-even point there. Okay, that's done.